So hi guys, I am Mark Indra Patro and ito we will talk about the research, and the first lesson we will discuss is the quantitative. In a nutshell, quantitative research generates the numerical data or information that can be converted into numbers. Only measurable data are being gathered and analyzed in mm, quantitative research. Quantitative research is highly recommended for the late late for the late phase of research because it provides the researcher a cleaner picture. And we will talk about the steps doing quantitative data. The first one is observing and explaining the occurrences, applying the four W's, which is who, what, where, and why. The answer for these W's can be presented in the form of the question. It can also expressed as a hypothesis. In case of hypothesis, the search for an explanation is made as statement to be proved on disproven depending on the goals of our research. And the next one is the collection of information in quantitative research. Quantitative quantitative research is focused especially on numerical information, also known as data. The research inquires it researcher to use mathematical analysis to investigate what is being observed. The, the information collected must be in numbers. Using mathematics to analyze the data collected. This is done with statistics. This is where our subject at the data collected into statistical analysis here. You can clearly see if one variable is highly significant um, over the other. And the next one that we will discuss is the reliability and validity. Okay. Well, there are two. I wait. Let's go to si Jope 2000 defined reliability as the extent to which results are consistent over time and accurate representation of the total population under study is referred to as reliability, and if the result of the study can be reproduced under a similar methodology, the researcher instrument is considered reliable. And according to Kirk and Miller 1986, there are three types of reliability referred to on quantitative research, which is the degree to which the instrument given repeatedly remain the same, the stability of the measurement over time, the similarity of the measurements with the given period of time. There are two primary criteria for evaluating the validity, which is the internal validity and external validity. When we say internal validity, this determines whether the independent variables made a difference in the study. When you say external validity, it refers to the extent to which findings can be generalized or be considered representative of the population. We will have factors threatening validity, which is as history, maturation, measuring instruments, statistical regression, differential selection, experimental modality. We will discuss first is the history. A valid conversation is conducted several times to eliminate error. There might be events that occur within the period of observation which affect the measurement. The next one is the maturation. The process of maturation which takes place in the individual during the duration of the experiment, which is not a result of specific events but only of simply growing older, growing more tired, or similar changes. The next one is the measuring instrument. Changing in instruments, calibration of instruments observed or scores may be cause changes in the measurement. The next one is the statistical regression. Groups are chosen because of extreme scores of measurement. Those scores or measurement tend to move toward the mean with repeated measurements even without an experimental variables. The next one is the differential selection. Differential differential individuals or groups would have different previous knowledge or ability which could affect the final measurement if not taken into account. Am I right? The next one is the experimental mortality. The loss of subject from mm, comparison groups could greatly affect the comparisons because of unique characteristics of those subjects. Then the next one is the variable. Definition variables are changing qualities or characteristic of person or things like age, gender, intelligence, etc. Basic types. There are variables are may two types ang variable which is ang independent variables and dependent variables. Independent variables are those that cause changes in the subject, while dependent variables are those that bear or manifest the effect caused by the independent variables. In a casual relationship, the cause comes from in the independent variables, the effect on the dependent variables. Variable relationship. In a specific way of studying cause-effect relationship, these two variables, independent and dependent, are part and parcel of the research because the first one is the case, the second one is the effect that you can subject to any form of measurement. And that's the end of my lessons for today. Thank you.